supreme victory!
Hey, what's going on everyone? Derek Blackman here, welcome back. And I had a pretty good video planned for this channel, but some props that I needed apparently got lost in the mail or something because it says they were delivered and I don't fucking have them. So in the meantime, I asked you humble people what I should make a video about, and it was unanimously wanting me to comment on what happened with Ethan from H3H3 recently. So that being said, I'm about to read you a tweet right now. H3H3 is transphobic. And why is Ethan transphobic? Because he said this: "My dick just touched the inside of the toilet bowl. There is no other solution. I'm cutting my dick off." And then he replied with, "I'm Ellen now. Call me Ellen." That was the joke.
That's the joke.
There was nothing else, and that's what apparently makes Ethan transphobic. Because he's Ellen now. He's fucking Ellen. So this killjoy explained her reasoning why this joke was so devastating to her. "I almost came out when I was 19. I made concrete transition plans. Then one of my close friends made an offhand joke about trans people. I didn't transition until 5 years later, as that one remark stuck with me. This is the problem with jokes like H3H3 Productions." So Ethan came back with this tweet. Is it too late to take the joke back if I already chopped my wiener off?" And he also made a video saying that he's not going to apologize for this silly joke. And major props to Ethan for not caving to the pressure of the outrage culture. I mean, it's just fucking silly. Because, you know, once you cave, then there's just an avalanche of shit that you can't do anymore. And they're going to be under a microscope. If you make anything remotely similar, they're going to be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you said this now." So it's just good to be like, nah, I don't apologize because it's just a silly fucking joke. It wasn't meant to be offensive in any way, shape, or form. And objectively, it's really not. Now, there's a couple of things I want to examine. And the first thing is the word phobia. Now, to my understanding, the definition of phobia is having an irrational fear of something. You know, like how I have acrophobia. I have a very irrational fear when it comes to heights. You know, if I'm on the top of a ladder and even if it's remotely wobbly, I'm like, "Get me the fuck off this thing. I'm gonna die." You know, even though maybe I might fall and just hurt my fucking back or something like that. But it's ridiculous. But that's what I think about phobia. So when I think about something when it comes to like homophobia or transphobia or something, I think if you're having a fear of this, you're having a fear of gays or something like that, and usually it's probably something like, oh, maybe you're gay yourself and you're afraid of being gay, maybe because of your environment, your situation, you're afraid of the repercussions or something like that. That's what I think. I don't think it's one of those things where, because I can't really think about somebody being like afraid of someone who's gay. Like you can't even really tell if somebody's gay unless you catch them in the act, or if they're incredibly flamboyant, you know. Those are usually the stipulations, right? But on the surface, like, I always thought, what is that? So what is transphobia? You know, probably the same type of scenario. But when you try to apply it to something like this, a silly little fucking joke, it doesn't make any sense in any way, shape, or form, being transphobic and making a silly little transitioning joke like, "Oh, he chopped off his dick and now he's Ellen." How the fuck could that possibly make him transphobic? That is so insanely silly. If anything, it would be a joke kind of embracing trans, you know, like the trans community, because now he's a part of it. It's a silly fucking joke. But still, you're using this in such a shitty way that just really makes, you know, things that mean something, it just makes it null and void. It's kind of like the whole argument of calling people Nazis. Nowadays, everybody's a fucking Nazi. Hell, Chris Reagan, the Puerto Rican fuck. Hell, I've been called a fucking black Nazi. Yes, like as if I'm Black Hitler or something. It's just so insanely silly when you think about it. It's so fucking silly. And now let's talk about jokes for a second. When it comes to jokes, nothing should be off limits because they're jokes. They're not serious. It's supposed to be just something silly. Something's supposed to just laugh off, right? Now, I understand there are certain things that you're going to hear that you're probably not going to like, even when it comes to being a joke. You know, maybe you're a fat person, somebody tells a fat joke and you're offended. I totally understand that, but it's one of those things that it is 100% taken and not given when it comes to offense. It's one of those things where you have to try to be responsible and try to also just maybe build yourself up a little bit and just know that this is a joke and I shouldn't let this absolutely ruin my life. because it's not supposed to be serious. Even when it comes to dark humor, some people use dark humor to cope. You know, you have people that are in really fucked up situations. You have people that are soldiers. You have doctors. People that deal with death all the time, and they use dark humor to deal with this stuff. It's a very good coping mechanism. And so some people, some normie, some super offended person might hear a really dark joke, and then they might get super angry. It's like, well, here's the thing, it's not for you. Just let it pass by. Just let it go away. And when it comes to like this joke right here, something that is so insanely silly, just Ethan saying, oh, he chopped his dick off or whatever, and then saying that his name is Ellen now, like he transitioned. Such a harmless joke on the surface, but to this one person took major offense. And it's like, yo, maybe you should work on yourself. Maybe you should try not to be so offended about things. Because look, it took you 5 years to transition because your friend made an offhand joke. I don't blame that on your friend. I don't know the context. I don't know exactly what your friend said, but still, when I'm hearing that it's just a fucking joke, it's like, damn. All of the jokes that I've heard at my expense, all of the racist jokes that have been, thrown at me willingly or say just, offhanded, if I were to take such offense to it, I would be probably fucking crippled in a corner. I'd probably be like one of those woke people that think that, oh, you can't say this, you can't do this, everything is racist, everything is problematic, and I never want to be that fucking person. How the hell did this video get so damn serious? I was just gonna take the piss out of the situation, but this is what happened when you see something just so damn silly. When you see something so silly that it's like, oh, okay, all right. This is the thing. I forget that this is current year, right? I fucking hate using that term, but I mean, this is what's happening. All I can say is thank God Ethan does not live in the UK because he'd probably be in prison right now. Now, there isn't much else to say about the situation, but I do want to say one last thing, and it's to give some advice to you, Ethan, if you're watching this. You could have avoided this entire situation if you would just do what I do. All right, so all you got to do is just grab like 3 or 4 little sheets of toilet paper and then just put it like this. That's it. Problem fucking solved. Your wiener will never touch the inside of the toilet bowl because it's gonna smack against this. That is your safeguard, sir. You're welcome. H3H3 is transphobic. Come here. Fuck off.